Goodbye, old air purifier. Hello, Virus Fit. Remove more than just dust and haze. And eliminate airborne viruses with All Clean.
Goodbye, virus. Hello, Magic. SK Magic.
This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad, bringing you today's top stories. Now I finally understand why everyone wants to be Prime Minister. The perks are incredibly lavish. However, Najib Abdul Razak has decided to withdraw his application for his housing after widespread criticism. Najib Abdul Razak has withdrawn his request for a plot of land and housing reportedly valued at 100 million ringgit. He said he rejected the offer for the sake of the people and so that it doesn't become an issue for the Malacca polls. He also said he wasn't aware of the total value.
Tak ada sebab dia beli 3 option, jadi saya pilih option tu lah. Sebab saya ada option. Tapi saya tak tahu tentang nilai sebenarnya tanah tu. Bukan kerja saya nak nilai tanah, kan? Kerja tu kerja pihak berkuasa lah, menentukan, lepas tu buat keputusan.
In a press conference this afternoon, Najib also said he realized and understood that while the people are facing tough times, the nation's priority should be the people. Najib had applied for the housing in 2018, after which the government reportedly offered him a few options, of which he made a choice which suited his fancy. However, Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul told Parliament yesterday that the application came after the Budget 2022 was tabled and therefore it is not part of the federal expenditure estimate for 2022.
Permohonan ini selepas bajet dibentangkan, ya, dan dengan itu tidak terdapat sebahagian daripada anggaran perbelanjaan 2020.
Saya bersetuju kalau selepas. Maknanya sudah diluluskan.
Untuk saya kata permohonan, dengar betul-betul. Permohonan ini yang disebut tadi, ya, kerana kenapa tak dalam bajet yang berumah langkawi, kerana ia tidak dalam bajet kerana itu dibentangkan sebelum permohonan tersebut. Untuk dilaksanakan perkara ini bakal dibawa sebagai rang undang-undang bekalan tambahan ke Parlimen.
Maknanya betul, telah diluluskan.
HARAPAN leaders are not happy that the cabinet even considered Najib's application. This is why they're looking to meet Ismail Sabri Yaakob over their agreement. Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz bombshell that the cabinet had considered providing former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak a house worth 100 million ringgit appears to have strained ties between the government and the opposition. Pakatan Harapan Chief Anwar Ibrahim has called for a review of any understanding with the government following the revelation. In a statement last night, Anwar described the revelation as shocking and said the issue was never brought up at any of the coalition's engagements with government representatives. Now, Anwar said the government's shocking decision forces Harapan to review all forms of understanding that exist to date. On Thursday, Zafrul had told Parliament that the cabinet had considered Najib's request for a plot of land and house worth 100 million ringgit. Zafrul said the cabinet's decision on the matter has yet to be finalized, but he awaited MPs' questions on whether there was a preliminary agreement or decision made on the matter. HARAPAN isn't the only one using the issue in Malacca. In fact, Pekan National is using Najib to hold PN in check. Bersatu Information Chief Wan Saiful Wanjan has challenged Malacca BN Chief Abdul Rauf Yusof to reject BN advisor Najib Abdul Razak. He said if Rauf keeps quiet, therefore it is assumed that he and BN support Najib's greed. He added that the people of Malacca can evaluate BN's behavior and some of them will never change. Therefore, he said he was confident that the people of Malacca will choose wisely this Saturday. Last year, Najib was convicted in relation to the misappropriation of 42 million ringgit of SRC International funds when he was Prime Minister and Finance Minister. He is appealing the decision. Najib faces 2 other criminal trials related to the 1MDB scandal. Yesterday, Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz told Parliament that the cabinet was mulling a request made by Najib for a piece of government land in Kuala Lumpur, reportedly valued at 100 million ringgit. Despite this, a survey suggests BN is still ahead in Malacca, but the revelation about Najib's application could still hurt BN. Barisan Nasional appears to be ahead in the Malacca polls, according to Research Institute Ilham Centre. However, it said there is potential for some surprises. Based on a survey of 1,051 respondents from October 23rd to November 15th, it found BN to have the upper hand in 11 seats. Meanwhile, it said Harapan was ahead in 7 constituencies. The remaining 10 are toss-ups, including Tanjung Bidara. It said BN needs to win at least 4 of the 10 hot seats to secure a simple majority to lead in Malacca. The Election Commission is targeting a turnout of 70% of the voters, but the Alam Centre said it could be lower due to the lack of interest on top of the current COVID-19 situation. Now we have a message from our sponsor. When we're back, find out who started the whole trend of rewarding former Prime Ministers so lavishly.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1,000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Before Najib decided to withdraw the application, he had a feeling that it would be used to campaign against BN in Malacca. Former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak has admitted that his office applied for a house from the government after the 14th general election. He said the application was made under a law that was enacted during Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's premiership in 2003. Najib questioned why the matter was being raised years after the application was made and linked the ongoing Malacca election as a motive. Under Section 21 of the Members of Parliament Act, former Prime Ministers are entitled to allowances and privileges decided by the Cabinet from time to time. Najib showed a document purporting that pursuant to Section 21, the Cabinet has decided to provide former Prime Ministers with several means, including 10,000 ringgit a month for allowance if they opt to stay in their own house. Another option is to be offered a government house fit for the stature of a former Prime Minister. The document was marked as restricted and secret. The Pekan MP said his office made the application in 2018 following GE14 and picked one of 3 properties offered by the government. He said the government land near the Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka building in Kuala Lumpur was chosen because his family felt that was the most suitable location. Harapan candidates in Malacca have fallen victim to a hacking scandal that's aimed at tarnishing their image. Candidates' mobile phones were allegedly hacked and threatening messages were sent out to voters in Malacca. Now the 2 Pakatan Harapan candidates are seeking help from the police.
Kami memohon agar pihak polis membuka kertas siasatan dan melakukan siasatan secara menyeluruh. Tambahan kepada itu, kami juga memohon agar Suruhanjaya Komunikasi dan Multimedia Malaysia (MCMC) juga melakukan siasatan bersama dan mengambil tindakan yang segera.
In a statement issued by Harapan, the candidates Guthek and Prasanth Kumar Prakasam were alerted yesterday that their phone numbers had sent out messages to male voters. The messages purportedly threatened to expose private photos of the voters' wives if they did not vote for Harapan. Also affected was Speaker Election Director for RIM, Wan Mahadi Wan Hussein. He too has lodged a report with the authorities. According to Harapan, all 3 victims only learned about the incident after they were alerted by the message recipients. Calling it a despicable act, the coalition said they believe it could have been done by one of Harapan's rivals in the state polls. Several residents in Kedah will not stay silent as the state looks to ban gaming shops. They're going to take Sanusi to court. Kedah residents are filing a judicial review against the state government's move to stop renewing local council licenses for gaming shops. They're doing this with the help of the opposition party DAP. DAP's National Legal Bureau chairperson Ram Karpal Singh said they're seeking to squash the move on the basis it is unreasonable and usurps powers vested in the federal constitution. He said the plaintiffs will further contend that the said decision of the Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Muhammad Noor is unreasonable and is liable to be squashed by the High Court upon an application for judicial review. Ram Karpal said the suit was filed yesterday at the Alor High Court on behalf of 4 Alor residents who previously participated in licensed gaming activities. Under the federal constitution, betting and lotteries are under Putraja's purview via laws like the Pool Betting Act and Common Gaming Houses Act. While state governments have jurisdiction over local council licenses, lawyers like Lim Wei Jiat previously contended that they must not act in conflict with the federal government's authority. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Malacca state election. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.
As the ministry responsible for driving our country forward through science, technology and innovation, the recognition of this award to companies, agencies and individuals who bring positive socio-economic impact to society is timely, as it can serve as the motivator for the industry, community and others to always be mindful of innovation, despite the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic. This effort also complements the national development agenda based on the spirit of keluarga Malaysia. Akhir kata, kepada para pemenang, remember this: you have knowledge, and when you practice knowledge, you will get skills. When you practice skill, you will get habits, and when you practice habits, you will get attitudes, and you practice attitude, you will get the right culture.